So Amit, I think over to you. I think it's already live.
Yeah, a very good morning to you all. The metaverse is here, and it's not only transforming how we see the world, but also how we participate in it, from the factory floor to the meeting room. I, Amit Narayan Kapoor, Director Academic Management at the School of Business UPS, extends a warm welcome to our esteemed panelists who have taken out time from their schedules to grace this panel and all the participants who have joined us today for this discussion on a very relevant and interesting topic: decoding metaverse, the next big tech revolution. Aligned to our school's vision to be the business school for a digital world, the School of Business Emerging Technology webinar series is an initiative to create a platform for knowledge dissemination and industry engagement on new age digital themes among industry and academia. With the first webinar on this series getting more than 5,000 views online, this second web interaction is designed with the intent to provide our participants clarity on metaverse, how it's going to change the business as we see it today, how to prepare for the future workforce, and how to create business opportunity in metaverse ecosystem. So before we move ahead to demystify the exciting and intriguing world of metaverse, I would like to take a few moments to introduce our acclaimed panel members with you all. Let me welcome Mr. Akhilesh Srivastava, Advisor, World Economic Forum and IT Advisor of the Government of Uttarakhand. Good morning, Mr. Srivastava. Mr. Srivastava is a globally known digital and innovative technology leader. He has successfully led many e-governance projects in India, like FASTag, e-tendering platform, India's first online dispute resolution ODR portal, citizen-centric highway information mobile apps, geofencing of national highways, next-gen AI-powered NHAI data lake, just to name a few. Mr. Srivastava is currently leading the World Economic Forum's initiative in India, Road Safety 2.0, shaping the future of road safety in India with a technology-driven approach and creating a human-centric road ecosystem, where technology compensates for human limitations and saves lives by improving road safety. Mr. Akhilesh is also an IT advisor to the government of Uttarakhand and started many technology-driven e-governance programs in Uttarakhand for quick and hassle-free service delivery to our citizens. The e-governance portal, Apni Sarkar, led by Mr. Srivastava, was adjudged as one of the best citizen-centric services by the Government of India, and Uttarakhand Data Lake is transforming the conventional government model in the region. He has held many crucial positions at NHAI, like operations and maintenance of national highways and expressway in India, commercial operations and highway operations, and introduced many digital technologies in the highway sectors like drones, LiDAR, GIS, project management systems during his tenure. Akhilesh ji has held top management positions in NHAI-led companies as board member. He is CEO in IHMCL and CEO in NHI in IT company, and brought a unique synthesis of government and corporate working culture of working to improve operational efficiencies. Presently, Mr. Srivastava is an external senior advisor to McKinsey and Company and an advisor to many IITs and professional bodies like CIDC and the Engineering Council of India, pioneer of electric vehicle and intelligent transport systems India, a member of NH for EV and the Indian Road Congress IRC ITS committee. Mr. Srivastava authored the best-selling book, Digital Construction Management, and has authored two more books, are AI in Infrastructure Development and Construction Industry 2.0. The book Construction Industry 2.0 was recently launched by Royal Family Dubai at a global conference in Dubai on 26th of February 2022. Akhilesh ji has received many commendations and awards in his long and illustrious career. I would like to mention a few over here, like the Lifetime Achievement Vishwakarma Award by CIDC, a Golden Globe Award for geofencing of national highways, Eminent Engineers Award by Engineering Council of India, Man of Excellence Award in 2022 recently by Indian Achievers Forum, among many other accolades. He has also been featured in the prestigious list of 51 global leaders on digital technology recently. Mr. Srivastava is a gold medalist in engineering from IIT, holds a global MBA from ISB, and is also an alumni of the management program at the Wharton's Business School. Unending in his zest for learning, Mr. Akhilesh is currently pursuing a part-time PhD from IIT Delhi and an online course in AI from Stanford. An eloquent speaker and prolific writer, he loves to share his experience and knowledge through seminars, talks, books, articles, and talks in various forums and seminars. A very warm welcome to you, Mr. Srivastav. Thank you for joining us today. Let me now welcome our next panelist, Mr. Navin Manaswi. Navin is the Chief Metaverse Officer at WoWExp, India's first metaverse company. He is a serial entrepreneur and stands among global top 10 thought leaders on augmented reality and virtual reality. Navin is also a published author of 2 books on AI. For the last 3 years, he is building AR, VR, metaverse products and games. He was also an adjunct faculty at IIT Kharagpur for AI courses. A graduate from IIT Kanpur, Navin is a Google developer expert on machine learning as a Google community who has executed more than 25 enterprise products and solutions by using AI, AR, VR, and cloud computing across the globe, across the industries. A very warm welcome to you, Navin.
Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce our next panel member, Mr. Rahul Nainwal, Director of the UPS School of Business, CEO of Runway Incubator, UPS, and also driving force behind CSR and academic strategy at UPS. Wearing many hats, Rahul is an entrepreneur and design thinker. His entrepreneurial experience spans over 2 decades. Co-founder of iVolunteer, Rahul has been involved in several other initiatives such as India Fellow Program, Unlimited Delhi Startup Incubator, and Cash Relief, India's first pilot on unconditional wealth transfer, to name a few. He is also a TED Fellow, an alumni of IRMA, Institute of Rural Management, Oxford University, and Think, the Amsterdam School of Creative Leadership. His expertise lies in entrepreneurship and design thinking. Rahul has mentored and guided various startups from ideation to market phase. He is also an angel investor and actively invests in early stage startups. A very warm welcome to you, Rahul, in today's discussion. Thank you for joining us today. Today's panel is being moderated by my colleague, Dr. Akhil Damodran, Cluster Head, Emerging Business at the School of Business, UPS. Akhil is an experienced executive with over 12 years of experience in telecom, IT, aviation, and education industry. He is the founder and CEO of Alteridium, a smart contract venture, a founding member of Blockchain and Productivity Forum, and also the regional mentor for change at Atal Tinkering Lab, Niti Aayog. He is co-architect of Smart Chain, India's first PPP blockchain smart contract, and AeroOpt aviation resource optimization solution, and was in the 2021 list of Celery 40 under 40 list. A postgraduate in management from DMS IIT Delhi and bachelor in engineering from Rajiv Gandhi Technical University. I now would like to, on behalf of the School of Business UPS, welcome all the participants, extend a warm welcome to our esteemed panel, and request Dr. Akhil to take the stage. Dr. Akhil, over to you.
Thank you so much, Amit, for such a generous introduction for all of us. And first of all, great thank you for coming here to all the panelists, Mr. Akhilesh, Naveen, and Dr. Rahul. The point is, let me start with a premise. From the 90s, if you look at how the internet was booming up, there was a time when there was a doubt in the industry whether the internet is too much of a hype, and all of a sudden, internet became the backbone for all the things. And I think I said in many of the talks before as well that the kind of application of internet which was thought of in the early 90s were not the success of internet which it became. Search engine and social networking nobody thought of. The same way, when the economic crisis happened, and all of a sudden people start doubting whether the banking institutions are going to be a big thing or not, blockchain came in, and the Bitcoin blockchain became a big thing, and then the decentralization came out as a bigger theme, and how the world is moving out to be. And during that discussion, somehow that metaverse and augmented reality, Web 3.0, these concepts were coming up. And as soon as the COVID hit us, all of a sudden the business and everything got disrupted, positively and negatively both. And somehow people realize that the only way to move forward is to be digitally enabled. And when I say digitally enabled, it's not a digitally enabled which we thought of 10 years back, but the digitally enabled today is an entirely different concept. So then the word of the data of a user, the user is the authority of the data, and decentralization became a big amount of things. Blockchain became a thought process for people that is it going to be a big thing? Is it going to be the main backbone for all the transaction which is going to happen? And somehow a new virtual world concept came out, which is called as metaverse. And all of a sudden, companies took a lot of attention to it. And if you look at the current stat, or previous year, almost that was $57 billion was invested for metaverse, and this time it is more than $120 billion. And it has been said that by 2030, metaverse is going to be a $5 trillion market, which is almost equal to the GDP of Japan. And my the whole point of let's begin with this the whole question to all of you as a panelist. What is your understanding of metaverse? Is really going to be a disruptor, or it has some reality but there are a lot of hypes also in it? So let me start with Mr. Akhilesh on this. What is your understanding of metaverse, and how you feel what the things are happening around?
Thank you very much, Dr. Akhil. And firstly, very warm welcome to my co-panelists and the viewers who are watching it online. It's indeed a pleasure to interact with the experts who are here and discuss something about those, not a core subject to me, but I love to discuss about the metaverse and the blockchain. Yeah, it's fantastic. So the question you asked, Dr. Akhil, in fact, I think you gave the answer in your briefing itself. When we started on the internet sometime in 90s, late 90s, the what was visualized that how internet is going to shape or going to do was just communication of certain mail or providing an instant text or messaging or something kind of thing. But today the use of internet is absolutely different. I mean, the thing which was never visualized by the inventors of the internet. Same way, the metaverse, the first time it came into notice in 1992, when in some novel it was mentioned that there will be a virtual environment, where people will be immersing and interacting and doing a lot of things. But then it was more fiction because many other ingredients were not there. Why it has suddenly started making a buzz, it's a noise, because now we have many ingredients which are required for metaverse to be a formidable thing, which people can now perceive, can understand what's going to do. For example, the 4G, it was okay. Now with the advent of 5G, with low latency, the blockchain, the other Web3 applications, this is creating a very conducive environment. And the way people are adopting to the technology, which I can say with my experience working with the government and with the other corporates as of now, the adaptability of the people towards technology is fantastic. The apprehension which was a decade back about the new technology. I remember era when the online banking started in 90s, and the people were so scared of the technology, or even the banker, the users, that they used to feel, this is going to disrupt something, there's going to be. But now this philosophy has changed. Recently, people are welcoming the UPI success, the FASTag success. You see the things. So the people are just waiting. That fear has converted into a curiosity, a welcome move. That's the mindset has changed. So considering this, I believe that metaverse is going to provide next generation, next level. Probably the our kids we see, they are born with a mobile in their hand, and they don't ask anything, they will immediately Google and tell you. Probably maybe a decade from now, the things will be for the metaverse. almost everything, the virtual experience is there. As a pilot, aircraft pilot who do the simulation for the landing, the students or the kids or the people are going to experience the real life experience through metaverse, but without actually entering into it. I was doing a road safety conference very recently, where I proposed this concept that we do a lot of testing of the vehicles. But the testing is, in fact, a real world scenario where a vehicle is just crashed at a very high speed to check how safe it is. But then you don't require, with a metaverse kind of scenario with quantum computing and the real things, probably you can derive the same experience over here. So I'll be talking more as we go further. Let the other co-panelists express their views too.
Thank you so much, Akhilesh. Thank you so much. So you have a point here. You have a really point here that metaverse can really replace a lot of reality experience. And what you said about digital twins, I mean, the way the simulation happens in the metaverse arena, and also there are a lot of business which is coming out to it. That's a good thing. So moving forward to Navin, I mean, Navin, you are at the core of metaverse at this moment because you are also building metaverse and you are also propagating that this is going to be the next coming future. So Navin, over to you. What is exactly metaverse? If you can explain the audience, and secondly, what is this all about? Why you feel that there's so much seriousness about it?
Thank you, Akhil. Thank you, co-panelists, and thank you, the audience, for coming here. First of all, I would like to put one point. You told me metaverse comes suddenly. I can tell you honestly, metaverse, the idea of 3D content and 3D feeling and all. So 20 years back, I used to work in OpenGL and 3D Maya, Blender, coding in terms of how to rotate the cube, how to have the different cubes and manipulate, translate, rotate and all. So computations was very much deep. There used to be high computations, and I think that time also in a high GPU RAM also we can't manage even the 10 cubes also. So over the time, computations improve a lot. GPU improved a lot. NVIDIA has done a great job over last 20 years when we start the journey and all. The journey of the GPU computing has improved, has come to the next level now. Even the Google launched AR glass 7 years back. This Facebook has bought company Oculus 7 years back in $2 billion, highest deal that time. So I can see the trend, coming, going, because of the complete system lag, complete system failure. It could not evolve much, but people are coming. Like Google came with the AR glass and then tried a lot for 2-3 years. Then suddenly they found very much hit on the glass and they couldn't launch it. Oculus is bought by Facebook 7 years back in highest deal, and then could not do much because of the optics kind of optimizations is not there that time and all. So there were many lags, GPU computations, optics labs and all. So people tried a lot in past and keep coming, going and all. Now I think the many pieces of technology are now ready now. When the optics operation is ready now, more or less, GPU is come to the next level. Now device has 24 GB also RAM on a device as well. Now we come to the point where we can really manage a typical exact VR view, with a nice field of view. So now it's coming as a complete story, which is missing in past. Now coming to the point, what is metaverse and all? Metaverse is the idea, is the next iteration of internet. It's the next iteration of culture as well. I can tell you how and what is it? It is a 3D shared world. It's a 3D shared persistent world. It means suppose right now you live in a house, you go to the office, you go to the gym, you go to the museum, you come back to home. Example, now the things will be, now there will be a 3D virtual world. You see my background, there's 3D virtual city right now behind me. So now in the city, you can stay in some house, you can go to some office. So that you are going to live in a persistent 3D world. It is persistent. It is not something like I make a cartoon and then disappear. So example, you put table in your room. Tomorrow you come to your metaverse home. You find the same thing in the same place. Table is placed down in a home. Same place. The cup is placed at a home and all. So everything is persistent and 3D. And with the help of 5G and all, we expect more real-time stuff. Example, 5G and IoT, will make it more digital tune ideas and all. We can create a seamless experience eventually. But more or less, Metaverse is nothing but a 3D virtual persistent world shared among all of us, where we can live together, work together, play together. That is our idea.
Sure. Navin, I think perfectly well. I mean, technically you have defined it perfectly clear exactly what Metaverse is. So you have also put up a valid point. There is an ecosystem building up. With 5G being enabler, the major backbone enabler here, because now you have a huge bandwidth which can really help you out to make sure that you have a complete virtual environment, and you can have much more complexity adding to it. So now let's move to Rahul, I mean, uh, my question is, first is obviously, what is your opinion on Metaverse? And secondly, as an academician, we are always following up the industry. I mean, so what is your opinion from the academic point of view exactly? What is your opinion on Metaverse? What is defined by Metaverse, and how you can give an opinion on Metaverse as an education point of view?
Yeah, so thanks, Akhil. I think what is Metaverse has been kind of very nicely explained both by Navin and kind of Akhilesh. It's I think I like the expression. It's a persistent 3D world and a virtual world where we'll not just where we would potentially live and interact with our friends and make new friends. It's in some sense it's like the virtual or the 3D depiction of our real world also, with some enhancements and all that, and we can live there and do whatever things that we do in a real world, we can do that in a 3D world also. I had watched this movie called Ready Player One, and I was just quite amazed that 3-4 years back somebody had really thought of that a place like this would exist, and people will be doing a variety of things there. So I think that's I sense it's kind of clear. And I think terms of academics and education, I think this time my sense is that we will not be following up. We will not be following what the industry is going to do. We'll probably be leading, because I think it is like a marriage made in heaven for us, for academicians. Now imagine if I can create a virtual classroom, and this is not actually a classroom, this is a marketplace, and I can, through that marketplace, teach my students how price discovery happens, what is demand and supply, stuff like that. In my medical school, can I create like a virtual 3D thing of an ear or how the retina works, and students can actually get in. I have done I've done engineering from a branch called metallurgical engineering. So we used to do a lot of studies around steel making, blast furnace, right? None of us actually ever got an opportunity to see a blast furnace from in, like what does it look from inside? Nobody, because it's not really kind of available out there. Now imagine if somebody is going to build a virtual 3D model of a blast furnace, and we can go into the various ranges at what temperatures are there, how steel is actually being made. So I think this is going to revolutionize education. And like I said, this time we are not going to follow the industry, and we're probably going to lead the industry. So that's one part. The second is also, I think, around infrastructure. So for instance, we are at UPS. Our limitation is how many buildings, how many classrooms and things that we can build. Come to Metaverse, and some of these limitations are not going to be there. So we can provide good quality education at an affordable price to people who can't come to our campus, or people who we can't accommodate on our campus. So I see this, some kind of a hub and spoke model, evolving on education in the Metaverse, where people will come for contact classes for some time, but a lot of their classes, their regular stuff will actually happen on the Metaverse. And like I think both the panelists were saying, as the technology improves, as Oculus become, even less kind of weary and lighter in weight, 5G is around there, I think the experience in the classroom is going to be much real. So I feel, we are really at the cusp of that revolution, where basically education will be revolutionized because of metaverse. It will not be, what used to or what has been existing so far. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rahul. I mean, great point. I mean, first time somebody is trying to lead in the education part of it from the metaverse point of view, and it's a right point. Education is going to have a huge disruption in terms of metaverse. So let me go to the next point of it. So now we have defined what metaverse is, and we got opinion of industry from the government perspective, as well as from the academic side, and how it's going to revolutionize everything out of it. So let me start with Navin this time. Navin, what is the status of metaverse in the sense, where is industry at this moment?
Okay, very nice question. I think industry right now playing with the ideas. So now they are doing the POCs, unlike 2 years back, So I can see the journey like 3 years, 3.5 years back when you start the journey and all. That time AR/VR metaverse is taken as the game industry part, the part of game industry. They used to feel that the gaming industry can be using metaverse or VR stuff, for playing the Warzone and other kind of racing game and all. But now, I think after Mark Zuckerberg announcement of Meta name, things have changed a lot, at least from the part of perceptions and bit of reality. Example, now any big company you could name. So we work with now giant company of India's, giant company of India. You could name it. This is our sort of perspective as a client right now. They are talking to us. They are working with us and all. So now they are doing POCs, proof of concept. Like now they want to try example like company X company, big company, biggest company of India. Now they want to have a metaverse mall example. You can see this building. This is a WoW city which we have built, virtual city and all. Now they want to have a whole tower, where we can have all kind of products. They want to showcase and all. You can have a real like a mall experience. You can go inside and go to the first and then go see some items, go to the next one. You can have a counter, you can have some salesperson talking to you also. You can go to the next thing and all. So they can complete. It's like reverse now. You used to go to mall and experience everything. Now it's reverse now. The mall has come to your home. You are wearing a device. You feel you are in the mall. You can just walk around either physically or through the controller and then experience everything, even buy and come back. So now companies are trying a lot in the space of metaverse, AR, VR. They are launching their sort of malls, stores. They want to conduct some events like a WoW meet, where they want to have events where the CXOs and the big guy can come and meet also, as if they are in the same office. Like left side someone is there, right side someone is there. You are around the table and all. You can write also on a whiteboard. It's complete. You are transported to the virtual meeting room in 3D and interact with your colleagues and write on whiteboard, use the slideshow, everything and all. So now the companies, all the big companies, I can tell you, all the top companies in India now are doing POCs. They are working on some idea of metaverse meetings, metaverse mall, metaverse this, metaverse, or some kind of AR experiences. Now every company has got mandate from the top level to start something on metaverse. It happened, I can tell you, in last 6 months to 9 months more. It didn't happen 2 years back, 1 year back, when we tried a lot to push metaverse and AR, VR. When we tried to push a lot in 2020, 2019, 2021, we couldn't see much response. People think it's part of gaming industry, but now every big company, you name it, they are doing something in metaverse. That is stage of POCs and all. And eventually, once they feel that there is a value, customers are lacking a lot, they feel more immersed, engaged. They can see there is a good tractions, there's good more branding now of their company and all. Now, then they will try to deploy in the departments, all over departments. So I think we are just as Mr. Rahul told that we are at the cusp of metaverse revolution. That is right. We are at a cusp of revolutions. I think 23 onwards, I can see there can be big implementations of metaverses in most of the companies in India and abroad.
Okay, thank you so much, Navin. I mean, great point here. So let me go to Mr. Akhilesh here. Akhilesh, so the slightly different, point of question here. See, metaverse is coming up, what Navin has clearly pointed out, that industry is preparing up. 5G is coming up, or already coming up. Spectrum auction has already happened. Blockchain is like everywhere, revolutionized like anything. So they're too much too soon happening. I mean, in the sense that, it is the first time I see that a lot of technologies are coming up together and everything are in the testing phase right now. I mean, in the sense, yes, they have use case, but still testing phase. So I want to understand from your point, what is the view of the, the public sector and the government, in the sense how these new technologies are adopted, how much they're accepted. I mean, that's also a very important point. That this time, the government, I mean, not only Indian, globally, if you see, the government used to be something which adopt lately, but this time they're also coming up in the with the same pace as what industry is. So, what is your viewpoint on that? How much the policies and everything is now become more enabler?
Yeah, thanks, Akhil. It's a good question and a very good landscape made by Navin. How a lot of POCs are happening, and a rosy word is coming up with respect to metaverse, and that's absolutely true. And government is not lagging behind. Let me tell you, at least the current government very proactive in terms of the adoption of technology, which you can see during the last decade, how fast we had been. The India is the, if I talk about the first, our government or the country, India, very fast adopter, the government, especially in the adoption of technology, be it the UPI. I was just traveling to a country very recently in Norway, and vis-a-vis a month back, May, I was in Manali. So in Manali, you are more digitally, you can go to a fruit vendor and get an apple using Paytm or any of the digital pay. Whereas in Norway, it was in fact nightmare to me and my friends, because we didn't, we had only currency card or the your digital currency, that unfortunately we were not carrying the particular euro. And the guide was absolutely, they were not accepting. There were no other way also. So we had to literally go to some 5-6 kilometer to an ATM, convert the money, come back and give it. So I'm just one example. So the government is here is very proactive. They are having a lot of focus, emphasis, and just see the 5G. The auction was done next day. I mean, within 24 hours, the allotment letters were given to the people, and by October, we are probably in 4 metros, 5G services will be live. See the pace at which the government is working. It's in fact at times, because now I have experience of the corporate as well, I find the decision making in the government and the implementation at times is faster than the corporates, because here again you require a lot of approvals up to the board and all. But in this government, absolutely electric, I mean, super speed it is happening. But let me, from the government point of view, let me tell you which are the interesting area, which are the fields which will be more interest from the government is the education. Because education is the area which we find that metaverse can do a lot, and especially for a country like India, you create a virtual university like it is happening in many places, Kenya or some places. I saw they had done a pilot. And I heard similarly, this is one of the best use case. Where you create a virtual university, virtual classroom, let the different type of students who can't come to a normal classroom, maybe states like Uttarakhand or the places where because geographical restrictions are there. So this is the first very good use case. Second is the lot of expose the seminars, webinars for which we are doing right now. This can be, instead of Zoom and all, they can be the next fit case for going to the metaverse. Instead of investing a lot of money in creating a store for 2 days and removing, you better put an immersive expo in the metaverse. thirdly, what I believe which can be another good is the urban development, urban things like Singapore. They have created a digital twin of Singapore. Some of the Indian cities are also now creating a digital twin. And if these digital twin are backed with the metaverse technologies and things, we can do a lot of simulation and many hazardous things or many things which can be simulated over here in a more advanced version. So I consider here Metaverse as a bigger platform of most advanced simulation. And we can test the real life scenario, the traffic condition, the many other things which are beneficial to the utility services and all, and see how it's helping it. Shopping and mall, I'm not, that's not the government cup of tea. Navin has already explained that malls are now building these capabilities through metaverse, and of course a very good use case. Lastly, I will say the academia, what Rahul was saying, has used to follow the technology. That's not the, in my opinion, the correct way. I believe academia has always been a torch bearer. You guys put the things, and then industry picks something, converts into financially viable or industry viable things, and that some of them are picked up by the people, and that becomes a business. So this time you people are already ahead of the ladder. So let's the whole industry and then the entire population to follow it.
Thank you so much, Akhilesh sir, and great to hear that you government also feels that metaverse has a lot to of potential in the education side, and that's a really good point. So Rahul, I think Pirin to you. Rahul, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Just
Yeah. So I mean, first of all, you might have heard the government also is considering education as the main investment for metaverse. That's a good part of it. So coming to the same question to you, is this right that education industry is going to be disrupted for metaverse? But where are we at this moment? What is your opinion? Where are we at this moment, and what is the charter for it? I mean, how is this going to be moving forward?
I think we are really at the beginning. I don't think so. So there are like experiments across the world which are happening on education. Like there is a Japanese or a Korean university that has set up a campus in Kenya, and they don't have a physical campus like you would look at a campus. There are some Chinese universities who have set up a campus, a metaverse campus. In India, there was a startup that was trying to teach a whole course on the metaverse. And I'm sure there are many such, experiments that are happening. So that is at the scale of really kind of creating the metaverse infrastructure like this. And there some progress has been made. I think where substantial progress has been made is where people are already using AR, VR, 3D technologies to actually create educational products. Yeah. So you can actually wearing a headset or a goggle can actually learn about that thing by immersing into it. So those immersive technologies are already coming. We had a discussion with NVIDIA, and they were explaining to us how they are like really doing some of this work in education and more in sciences. I would say this has already started to kind of happen. But mass adoption, where you would see, will also where most people will be on metaverse, learning on the metaverse will also require how some of the other technologies kind of progress. So today, as we know that we, in a lot of places, we struggle with internet speeds. Right? So that's really kind of one. The second is the cheapest headset is still quite expensive. Yeah. So some kind of an, as more and more people, start to use it, there maybe the prices will kind of come down. Or for some time we have to live with this dual mode of metaverse where people will access it through the desktop and also use glasses and all of that. And then I think there's a whole movement around just looking at augmented reality, right? So saying not 100% of what we think it should be, but what can we augment? How can we make, let's say, a simple classroom teaching more interesting with augmented kind of technology? So in summary, I think we are really at the beginning, and like everybody else, there is a mandate in a lot of education institutions, including ours, that we start working on it. Yeah, but I think we have like miles to go before we kind of say that metaverse has arrived in education.
I mean, good point, Rahul. I mean, I mean, it's a good point that education industry is moving up for this. So let me start with Rahul only now, this question. I mean, Rahul, uh, if you look at any technology, okay, like AR, VR, or blockchain, or anything which you're talking about, they're all technologies in which you get some user experience. But when you talk about metaverse, it's a community.
Mhm.
Okay, now there is an ecosystem in it. There is a world in which we are talking about. So my question to you is, which is slightly connected to other technologies as well. Do you think there is a cultural or a mindset shift is also required in the coming time for the consumer or the stakeholder in the sense, or the staff or the workforce or in education, let's say faculty or anybody? Is there anything which is required from the mindset point of view for the next to prepare for the next 2, 3, 4 years of disruption?
So I think my answer to this is kind of very, very simple. I think the mindset will change, and it will change very, very quickly, because we are soon entering into a world where if we don't change our mindset, we will perish. And I consider myself now as a dinosaur, right? If you look at younger kids, like somebody who's 7, 10 years old, like if you see how they interact with technology, is very different to how I interact with technology. Like we learn how to write on a slate first, then started using pencil, paper, and all of that. That's not the technology that young people use now. People are much more comfortable with phones, with tablets, with all those things. I don't know how to play a video game, but I've seen younger kids can do amazing things on video games. Consoles are like part of this thing. So that mindset change has already happened. It's just that we are only looking at a sliver of people who are like me. Yeah, I mean, and also I kind of include faculty who are there in university and in other universities and all that. They have to think of changing the mindset, because see, if you ask a lot of these kids who are 18, 20, 17, that age, for them the metaverse has already arrived with multiplayer gaming, video games, all of that. They are playing games with people they have never met. Yeah, they're saying, oh, I play a game at 11:30 because my Korean friend also comes at 11:30. Then we play a multiplayer game, and some of my friends also join it. So that shift has already happened. It is, I think, dinosaurs like me who have to kind of make the change. The second thing is, I think the beauty of metaverse is, like, see, for me to see you on this two-dimensional screen requires a little bit of mindset change. Yeah, because I'm not used to seeing you like that. But in metaverse, when all comes true, and it's going to be like how real world is, right? So maybe because the user experience is going to be so close to your real world, the mindset change when that thing happens would be much, much kind of faster. But my sense is we should not be worrying about mindset change, because the younger generation that is coming, they're already living in metaverse. We may not call it that, and they may not call it that, but they're already the natives and citizens of that place, unlike me.
Yeah, we all have the same.
Akhil, I just want to add a point. What
Sure.
See, what he said rightly. I mean, the mindset of the teachers has to change, and that's the requirement. Because nowadays, if you see how children are learning, much more information is already available on internet. Through Google, they learn much more. The YouTube videos are there. They see the practical, the experiments, the demonstration, much better than what a teacher can tell them in the classroom, right? So if the teacher tells in the same old fashion as we had grown up, telling something, now you wrote it, memorize, and then come back to class and just spill in the your note sheets, then you are graded and scores are given. I think this is a absolutely phasing out model. And in next, believe me, the first thing, the disruption in the education is going to take place by metaverse is this only. The type of education has to, because the information on any particular topic is level with what a teacher teaches, at least 10 times more in the thing. And now you can experience in the metaverse that so instead of asking him to give an exam, the student in the metaverse can be asked to practically do this. You climb a hill, and if you reach up to the top, then you are successful. Otherwise, there is nothing. Instead of writing on paper that we'll go to the base camp, we'll do all these things, we'll carry the oxygen cylinder. No, you actually do that in the. These are the things that are happening. I was just talking to somebody. Yeah.
Very nice point, Akhilesh. You touched the heart. So I want to add something here. Very nice point. So very nice point, Akhilesh. So it's very interesting. So I mean, very right. Right now we live in we lived in the era of clerk mentality. Like we used to be clerk, exam top, first, second, you go then first 10th class, 12th class, then we take, then you get a job. You want to become a very good clerk. That is mentality we are brought up. Is a reality, not harsh reality, by the way. We should live in a collaborative environment, like innovations, collaborative environment, like example, like labs working together on some project, that makes us more creative and innovative. That metaverse can really create this kind of environment. I can tell you. Example, right now, if you see 1 lakh, take 1 lakh student of UP or any place and all. Out of 1 lakh, maybe only 10 guys get the lab opportunity, right lab to understand the chemical reactions or physical phenomena and all this thing, right? Biological. So out of you are wasting the resources, and then even out very few guys understand the things nicely. First of all, number two, they are in a different race. They just want to score and get the ABCD answer, right answer, and get the marks and be in good books of the teacher. That's all. If you see globally, as a human being, society and all, we are backward. We don't know how to create something new. So unless you work in a collaborative environment, will work on a new project, new ideas, working and explore something new, and that VR can really facilitate. The metaverse can facilitate it because it will give you the new kind of labs. You can really play something. Nothing, your hands won't be burned, but you feel that you are putting something in there, something is happening and all. So you can keep exploring a lot of stuff and all. And
Exactly.
you'll get chance to work together, to play together. You can really bring your friends there, no matter he lives in other part of India or other part of the world, but they can really work together in a lab, in the same kind of environment and all. So you give immense power to everyone to learn, explore, work together and all. In terms of emotion, in terms of the learning, in terms of the brain capacity, you are giving huge power to everyone and all. And I can see that there is a big, world is coming for everyone, especially for academics guys, where they have to really facilitate the game. This kind of revolutions. They cannot be like, I was taught like this in my age. I will also try to teach my this way. I will get good marks and that's all. You become a good clerk in the coming good company and all. We have to come as a human being, evolved human being who has power to innovate, explore, and do something new. So sorry if I'm harsh a little bit, but I think this is what it touched my heart. So Achilles, so very nice point. Metaverse will create this kind of windows for learning together, exploring together as a teacher, as a student, and exploring the world and doing something new in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way. I mean, that's what I was also feeling, Navin, and you explained it very well. And it will also improve. I mean, bring back the humanity, which somehow in last 2 centuries has diminished, I believe. Now it is because when you are interacting, when you are collaborating with a student who lives in South Korea or who lives in African country, and you jointly doing in a virtual world only, let's say, you have to understand his cultural psychological, what is going in his mind based on his upbringing. And now you have to form a team and do something to achieve success jointly. So that creates a bigger canvas for the humanity to grow. Yeah, over to you, Akhil, I think.
No, sure. And the success of a webinar is when there is no requirement of moderator and everybody will have an open discussion automatically. That's a really good thing. I mean, the question really triggered everything. That's a good thing. That's a good point. So, I mean, now we started from what is metaverse, then we slowly went to where the industry is, and then we have emphasized on education industry, and somehow everybody accepted that there is a big change happening there, and then we went to mindset. So now we are open to the panel for the last 2 questions, which actually boils down for this set of questions which we already discussed. First thing is, what is the action plan for the next 2 to 3 years? First, and second thing is, what is the skill set required for the future workforce to make sure they can really prepare for the digital disruption coming from across all areas? I mean, metaverse is an ecosystem, but there is across all areas there is a lot of things which are happening on ground. So I mean, Rahul is very right to say they're already prepared, they're consuming it, but as a workforce, I think they will still have a lot to prepare for. So it's open to all of you. Two things: first, what is the action plan for the next 2 to 3 years from your own perspective, and second thing is, what is the preparation required by the future workforce to make sure they can be the leaders in this area? So should I make a sequence, or you're open for it?
Let's we all
Yeah,
decide
sure.
Practice to the metaverse. Yeah. So what I believe to then there are some few attributes for metaverse to be actually technologically success. Leave aside both the outcome and what it can transform the education and other things which we are doing now, marketing, shopping, training, and other thing. What the attributes are, what one was very rightly said by Navin at the beginning, is the persistence. Because persistence is where you left your things, you are coming back to the same place again, like the virtual city which has been created. So you leave it today and next day you are starting from the point you left it. It's not the
Akhilesh, Navin, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I think
But
Akhilesh has some internet issue.
yeah.
Yeah, you can continue. You can continue, Navin. I think some internet issue with his side, I guess.
So you want to say action plan from which perspective? So let me tell you from industry and academic perspective and also I think you want both. I guess you talk about both a perspective. So first of all, uh, it's a behavioral change because consumer have to really try something new. 20 years back, yeah, 17 years back when the phone came up, that time also people say, I will not use the phone because phone makes things, very complex. People don't use the phone at that time. Many old guy, they used to avoid the phones, but now, over the time they started using the phone and all. So first is a behavioral change. So we have to build some kind of behavioral change through, I think maybe government should try to promote, companies should try to promote this kind of impact, the benefit of the metaverse, AR, VR, and all. So that benefit is not understood by the public. I can say feel that personally. They still feel that it's a virtual world, it's a cartoon world, and all. They still live in that kind of era. They don't understand the impact of metaverse. We can work together. We won't have any geographic constraint. We can meet anyone anytime. We can work in a very fancy environment of any kind of lab, whatever and all. There's so big impact, but people don't know all this. So we need to create an awareness campaign to show the power of impact of the metaverse so that behavioral change can be faster. That is one thing. From the academics point of view, I would like to request the academic authority and all to start more courses, not only for tech perspective, also from the business and the other perspective as well, like psychology perspective and all. We should start giving courses on AR, VR, metaverses, technical like 3D content creations or AR, VR app development, overall device development, or other things, maybe the cultural shift in the metaverse and all. We need to create those kind of courses which can really hit the brain of humans, and they start exploring those things a lot. So that is one action plan. Next, like academics to try to create more webinars, more events, more workshops, more collaboration with the industry, and they should try to collaborate with the companies so that they can really come to know what matters the most in the metaverse world, so that they can train their student in much faster way. Right now the student come out of the college and then they learn some Java, whatever old technology, and after 6 months of 9 months of struggle they feel that key technology is now not used much in market. They start exploring new technology and all. they waste their 1 year, 2 year time to really explore and see the world and all. If academics can really put efforts from day one, from second year, third year and all, the student can be much more ready. And if you bring some industry guys on board and who can really have a workshop maybe quarterly or once in a while and once in a year and all, so that the student can be more ready while coming out of the college and all. So these kind of things I would suggest from the academic point of view. Government point of view, I can suggest government should try to really put money on the startups and the companies so that India can be hub of metaverse. Eventually, some company, some world, some country have to become the hub of metaverse. Eventually, it can be UAE, Dubai, it can be India, it can be US, it can be Netherlands, whatever. If government really put more efforts, really put more money on the startups and technology and all, and innovate them, spend some time, and then they can have big ROI. Eventually, those companies become metaverse hub, and those companies will get a lot of deals globally and a lot of get money, FDI deals and all. We can have more employment in this space and all. So government can do much more than what it's doing right now. Just allowing 5G may not be enough for metaverse and all. They should start putting money on R&Ds, without any conditions. And they can see the ROI in the coming years. In 2-3 years, if India can become that metaverse hub, so out of $5 trillion economy in 2013, we can take at least 20% of the game, and India can become really big economy in that way. So I think there are many action plans from many perspective, from academic perspective, government perspective, and corporate perspective. So I shared all this point of view. What is the next question, by the way, Akhil? Sorry.
So my question was, what is the next action plan?
And I answered.
What is the preparation for the future workforce? I think you also mentioned that part as well.
Yeah, we need to teach some technology like 3D technology like Maya, Blender, basics and all, coding also in this 3D and all, AR development, VR development, app development, the overall technology in the optics and all. So we can train them, and also the business part of the game, like how business will evolve in metaverse. So the business guy can learn about impact of metaverse, and they can really galvanize things. They can really accelerate the game. They can really create the impact in the industry. They can really go to join the company and create some kind of metaverse work in the game. Yeah, I think over to you, Akhil and co-panelist.
Sure. So I mean, thanks point. I mean, there's a really good point of exactly what we are right now and how much preparation is required for the future workforce. So Rahul, over to you. I mean, two questions: where what is the action plan, and secondly, what is the skill set which the future workforce required for the digital disruption which is happening at this moment?
So the action plan for an institute like ours is fairly kind of simple. I mean, not simple really, but simple, that upgrade the faculty. So we are kind of, Navin, you'll be happy to know that we are building a course called Meta 101, and that is going to be like compulsory for all our faculty, staff, and students to go through. We'll basically give them the building blocks of what metaverse is, what's happening out there. So that's kind of step one for us. The other thing that we are doing at the university is we're doing bridge modules. So we are looking at all our curriculum, and we are seeing, let's say, so I had the business school. So me, Akhil, and some of our colleagues are really looking at our curriculum, and we are trying to see whether are there some components that we need to teach to our business school students so that they're metaverse ready, right? That they don't kind of miss out on this kind of revolution. Likewise, other schools, so for instance, the School of Computer Sciences is looking at what are the technical skills that a computer science student will need to be able to work in the metaverse, code for the metaverse, and those kind of things. So that thing has already started to happen. I think the final step for us is really, like anybody else, we are also grappling with the metaverse infrastructure. Questions like, should we build it on our own? Should we do this on Sandbox, Decentraland, somewhere else? What kind of scale? Should we be launching courses on metaverse where a student will actually be in the metaverse and do it? And what should be the pace of such things? Like, for instance, I mean, the question that the top leadership is really thinking about is metaverse part of the strategy, Or is metaverse the strategy? And there are no easy answers here, because just the size of investment that is required, the technology is also kind of new. We don't know who will be winners. So yeah, I think our, like I said, our game plan is upgrade everybody in the college, review your curriculum, so that ensure that the student that are passing out into 2023, they are metaverse ready, and then eventually, answer some 30,000 feet level questions. Is this a strategy? Is it part of a strategy? If yes, then what is that we need to do? Yeah. Thanks.
Clearly concise, Rahul. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So, Akhilesh, sir, over to you, because I think the last question was remaining and your internet gone now. Yeah, please, please continue.
So coming to, and I was just saying, what are the technological requirements for the metaverse to take it to the masses? Certain few things which I said, but the more important are for example, say handset. The handset as of now that costs something around, the cheapest version is $250. That's still very huge money. In Indian rupees, 19,000-20,000 rupees, not so affordable to everyone. If we want to make it a revolution, or we want to take it forward, so can it be manufactured in India? So that's what we are working. We are trying to see what are the gadgets required for the metaverse, so that it reaches to the masses. For example, UPI became success when it is a simple app on anybody's mobile app, smartphone. Doesn't cost anything. Just link it with your. So similarly, it has to be the hardware cost should be very minimal. Government is already working with many incentive schemes as well, so that these are manufactured in India at a very affordable cost, so that everybody can buy it. Second, does it require every time? Can it, because let's say 5G comes in, the latency, the high bandwidth will be there, the latency will be less. But then the gadgets which are required, where they are getting smaller and smaller, that means we are storing data somewhere else. So what is the cost of those servers? Those things has also to be seen. So the preparedness, technological and the hardware preparedness has to be there. I'm sure software is going up and things are aggregating. So that's one where government comes in, and I mean, a lot of encourage schemes are there to promote the startups who are working in these fields. I mean, last week only there was a conference where Niti Aayog and MITI, they selected few of the startups, paid them good money to develop these applications, these ecosystem. Second is the who are the users and the capacity building of the people. That already Rahul and Navin has explained that there has to be. And lastly, we to make any technology, anything successful, we have to ultimately government cannot pull the things for it has to be taken over by industry, and industry takes over only when there is a good ROI. The people will invest money if they find some use of this being used by people, and there is some, so that industry people should also see some value in it. It is creating some business to them. For example, we are very thrilled about it's going to revamp the education, but does a university fellow also find it's saving some money to them, or it's not? Then only it will. Otherwise, the initial euphoria will fade away very fast. So these are the few things, I mean, which I believe, but overall it's a bullish. Government is doing whatever best possible, and the response of people, academia and startup, I see very encouraging, enthusiastic. I believe it will be one of the big game changer very soon.
Okay, thank you so much, Akhilesh. Thank you so. One thing I can conclude, that we all are at the war footing, and we are ready to challenge what is going to happen in the future. And Rahul has already conveyed that as an education industry, we are already trying to lead this particular initiative. I think Navin will be happy to know that we are also we will be working together. I mean, as an industry and academy, we will be working together to build out this metaverse ecosystem. So if you look at, I'm so happy to say that from the panel discussion, one thing is perfectly clear, that metaverse is not a hype. It's not going to bleed like what cryptocurrency happened. It is going to have a huge use case, which are more ground related, grassroots, and it is going to disrupt the education industry. And be it like it or not, everybody has to have this mindset to make sure that they are accustomed to these technologies, and they're ready to take up this kind of ecosystem, because the future belongs to it. So with that notion in mind, I want to really thank all the panelists for this huge view discussion. I really like the way the discussion went. I mean, everybody was so excited after 20 minutes that everybody has a point to say. I'm really, really good. I mean, the whole point came up so nicely. And we started the metaverse, but I think I think me and Rahul got a huge views and points for education industry to take up. I mean, by the next time we meet, I think we have a lot more to give it to you. I mean, where we are at this moment. So thank you so much for the opportunity you have given me to have an interaction with you all. Over to you, Amit, for the closing note. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Akhil. I'm sure with today's discourse on metaverse, a lot of our queries got demystified, and we have a clearer view of what is metaverse, where is industry, where is education industry, what mindset changes are required to succeed in the emerging disruptive landscape, and many more queries which were there in our minds. I for sure is great to be a participant for today's webinar and hear valuable insights of our panelists on how AR, VR, AI, and digital world is fast evolving, changing our industry, our professional and personal ecosystem for good. And right from elementary to higher education level, the tech-enabled learning is taking a center stage. I believe our participants would have surely gathered various nuggets of wisdom from today's webinar. My personal takeaway being that metaverse digital transformation is an opportunity which is promoting an experiential learning ecosystem, substituting the textbook learning culture, driving innovation, creativity, new ideas, and expanding the horizon of our future leaders, which are our students. I may reiterate over here that the School of Business, among the earliest adopters to industry-aligned learning, is again working with great zeal at the entire school level towards our vision to be the B school for a digital world, and be aligned to this vision and to the change which is coming. Our webinars recording is available on the YouTube channel of School of Business, and we promise to keep on coming back with such interesting webinars and discourse in future. So thank you once again to all our panelists. Thanks, Dr. Akhil, for moderating it so well. And most of all, thank you for all the participants to joining us today. Please follow us on our LinkedIn page for new things which are happening at School of Business. Thank you, and have a great.
So lastly, the video will be available on YouTube very soon. I mean, by next 2 hours, it will be available. So yes. I'll be sharing link to all of you. Please share with your colleagues and other places. And thanks to all panelists. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Navin. Thank you, Mr. Akhilesh Srivastava.
Thank you, Akhil, Rahul, Akhilesh. Have a good day.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.
You too.